Are your legs feeling weak, unsteady, or just not as strong as they used to be? You're not alone. As we age, it's common to lose strength, energy, and stability in our lower body, sometimes without even noticing. But what if one simple food could help change that? A food so powerful it supports muscle recovery, nerve function, and blood flow, and starts working in just 12 hours. In this video, we're counting down the top 17 foods that naturally restore leg strength, ending with the one that works the fastest. Stick around, your legs will thank you. At number 17, we have lean meat. Packed with high-quality protein and iron, lean cuts like turkey, beef, and lamb help rebuild muscle tissue and improve oxygen delivery to your legs. Iron supports healthy red blood cells, which means better circulation and more energy throughout your lower body. If your legs often feel heavy or tired, adding a small portion of lean meat to lunch or dinner could help restore that lost strength. At number 16, it's the humble egg, one of the most complete sources of protein on the planet. Eggs are rich in essential amino acids that your body uses to repair and rebuild muscle fibers, especially after activity. They're also loaded with vitamin B12, which plays a key role in nerve function and energy production. Two things your legs depend on. Start your morning with 1 or 2 eggs, and you'll be giving your body the building blocks it needs to stay strong and stable throughout the day. Number 15 is cottage cheese, a quiet powerhouse when it comes to muscle support. It's rich in casein, a slow-digesting protein that feeds your muscles for hours, especially while you sleep. That means better overnight recovery and stronger legs the next day. Cottage cheese is also high in calcium and phosphorus, both essential for keeping bones and joints strong. Have a small bowl before bed, or as a snack during the day. Your legs will feel the difference. At number 14, we have chicken, a lean, versatile protein that's easy on digestion and packed with amino acids. When your legs feel weak or wobbly, they're often craving more fuel, and chicken delivers just that. It's especially rich in niacin and vitamin B6, both of which help convert food into energy and support nerve health. Try grilled or roasted chicken as part of a balanced lunch or dinner, and you'll be feeding your muscles exactly what they need to function at their best. Number 13 is peanuts. Simple, affordable, and surprisingly powerful. These small legumes are loaded with magnesium, which is crucial for muscle contraction and nerve communication. If your legs often twitch, cramp, or feel sluggish, a magnesium deficiency could be the culprit. Peanuts also offer healthy fats that help sustain energy throughout the day. Just a small handful as a snack can keep your legs firing on all cylinders. Coming in at number 12, bananas. Known for their high potassium content, bananas help regulate muscle contractions and prevent cramps, especially in the calves. They also contain natural sugars and fiber that provide quick yet steady energy. Eat one before a walk or light workout, and you may notice a big difference in how light and energized your legs feel. At number 11, we've got avocado. Creamy, delicious, and packed with nutrients. This fruit delivers a powerful dose of potassium, magnesium, and healthy fats, all essential for keeping muscles and nerves functioning properly. Avocados also support joint lubrication, which helps improve flexibility and reduce stiffness in the knees and ankles. Add a few slices to toast or salads, and you'll be giving your legs some real staying power. Number 10 is salmon, a true superfood for leg strength and energy. Salmon is rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation in the joints and improve blood flow to the muscles. It's also a great source of high-quality protein and vitamin D, both critical for maintaining muscle mass as we age. Eating salmon once or twice a week can make a real difference in how strong and steady your legs feel. At number 9, we've got spinach, one of the most nutrient-dense leafy greens out there. Spinach is packed with iron and folate, two nutrients that help produce healthy red blood cells and increase oxygen delivery to your muscles. More oxygen means better endurance and less fatigue. Whether raw in a salad or sautéed as a side, spinach is a smart way to feed your legs from the inside out. Coming in at number 8, carrots. These bright orange roots are rich in antioxidants like beta-carotene, which help reduce oxidative stress in the muscles. They also support healthy nerve function, which is essential for balance and coordination. Carrots are a perfect on-the-go snack or a crunchy addition to your meals, and they quietly support your legs every time you take a step. Number 7 is Brazil nuts. Just one or two a day can provide your full daily dose of selenium. Selenium supports thyroid function, energy metabolism, and muscle recovery. If you've been feeling sluggish, especially in your lower body, selenium might be what you're missing. Brazil nuts are also rich in magnesium and healthy fats, making them a triple threat for strong, energized legs. At number 6, we have oats, a slow digesting carb that gives your legs long-lasting energy. Unlike sugary cereals that spike and crash your energy, oats release fuel steadily, helping you stay active longer. They also contain B vitamins and iron, which boost circulation and oxygen flow to your legs. A warm bowl of oatmeal in the morning is one of the best ways to start your day with strength. Number 5 is sweet potatoes, a powerhouse of natural carbohydrates, potassium, and antioxidants. These nutrients help regulate fluid balance, support muscle contraction, and reduce soreness after activity. Sweet potatoes also contain beta-carotene, which supports overall joint health and immune function. Roasted, baked, or mashed, they're not only delicious but a true fuel source for your legs. At number 4, we have Greek yogurt, thick, creamy, and loaded with protein. This dairy staple contains both whey and casein protein, making it perfect for post-activity recovery and overnight muscle support. It's also high in calcium and probiotics, which help with muscle contraction and gut health, both of which influence your energy and balance. Enjoy it with berries or a drizzle of honey, and your legs will thank you. Number 3 is natural peanut butter, a compact, energy-dense spread that fuels your body with protein, healthy fats, and magnesium. It's a great pre-workout food for sustained energy and also helps stabilize blood sugar, which can prevent energy crashes that leave your legs feeling tired. Choose versions with no added sugar or hydrogenated oils for the best benefits. A spoonful on toast or a slice of apple can give you a clean, strong boost when you need it most. And finally, number 1, the one food that starts working in as little as 12 hours, coconut water. Why? Because it's rich in natural electrolytes like potassium, sodium, and magnesium. These help rehydrate your muscles, restore nerve function, and reduce cramping fast. Whether after a walk, during hot weather, or when your legs just feel heavy, coconut water can quickly bring them back to life. You don't need fancy supplements or extreme workouts to strengthen your legs. Just the right foods at the right time. Start with one of these today, especially coconut water, and feel the difference by tomorrow. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs stronger legs and more energy.